They call it Hallyu, the Korean wave, the idea that South Korean pop culture has grown in prominence to become a major driver of global culture, seen in everything from Korean dramas on Netflix to Korean skincare regimens dominating the cosmetics industry to delicious Korean tacos on your favorite local menu. And at the heart of Hallyu is the ever-growing popularity of K-pop, of course, for Korean pop music. K-pop has become a truly global phenomenon thanks to its distinctive blend of addictive melodies, slick choreography and production values, and an endless parade of attractive South Korean performers who spend years in grueling studio systems learning to sing and dance in synchronized perfection. Even before idols began singular attempts on the American market, K-pop was alive and well in its main U.S. strongholds of Los Angeles and New York City. In 2003, the Korean Music Festival sold out its first multi-artist concert at the Hollywood Bowl. And in 2006, YG Entertainment packed up its biggest artists, including SAY7N and 1TYM, and fledgling boy band Big Bang for 3 major US shows. Though the masses weren't ready for South Korean idols, this didn't stop K-pop agencies from repeatedly testing the waters throughout the years. In 2021, K-pop is no longer niche, but its journey toward mainstream recognition has been a long, bumpy, and unpredictable one. Even as BTS became the first South Korean group to score a Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, they're not alone in changing the face and sound of pop music in the world. So let's take a look at the cultural milestones that brought K-pop to where it is today, and what may be next for the industry few believed could cross over. 2006 to 2009, BoA, Rain, and SAY7N. In the mid-2000s, it wasn't groups but soloists venturing west. SAY7N, Rain, and BoA were 3 of K-pop's biggest stars, though their international fortunes differed wildly. SAY7N retreated after one English-language single, 2009's Girls, feat. Lil Kim. But BoA, who debuted at 13 and risen to a list status in South Korea and Japan, took an organic route, by settling in LA to promote her English-language single, Eat You Up. Her eponymous 2009 album made her the first K-pop singer on the Billboard 200, and she starred in a US movie, Make Your Move, 2013. But without an upward trajectory in sight, BoA ended her American activities, returning home where she remains successful to this day. Rain achieved the highest US profile of this era. He sold out 2 nights at the theater at Madison Square Garden in 2006, starred in 2008's Speed Racer and 2009's Ninja Assassin, was named by Time magazine in 2006 as one of 100 most influential people that shape our world, and topped its online readers poll in 2007 and 2011. Yet Rain's US career wasn't truly taking off and, cut short by his 2-year mandatory military service in October 2011, his US profile faded out. 2009 to 2011, Girls' Generation attempt to crossover. In 2009, G put Girls' Generation on the map at home, and their agency, SM Entertainment, hadn't been put off US advancement after BoA. SM founder Lee Soo-man has a long-held vision of globalizing idol music, but the label's acts, uniquely K-pop with large group numbers, appeared to be a tough sell for US audiences. Girls' Generation's 3rd album, The Boys, had a US release in October 2011 supported by TV performances on mainstream talk shows, but it failed to place on the Billboard 200. As quickly as it began, Girls' Generation's American endeavor was over. SM Entertainment was done with the US for the time being, and its next generation of superstars, EXO and Red Velvet, stayed focused on Asia. It might have been a missed opportunity. As K-pop grew after 2012, Girls' Generation's Korean releases reached the top 5 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart, while each subsequent EXO album also climbed higher on the Billboard 200 without a shred of US promotion or touring, with a peak of number 23. 2009 to 2012, Wonder Girls grabbed traction in the US. As Girls' Generation were blowing up in South Korea, the 5 members of Wonder Girls released an English version of their retro-style hit, Nobody, in the US in 2009, making them the first South Korean group to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 79. That summer, they gained important grassroots exposure by opening for the Jonas Brothers on tour, with the US media on board with their ambitions. But Sunmi left in early 2010, replaced by Hyram, the delay hurting their momentum. They eventually embarked on a North American tour, released 2 more English singles, 2 different tiers, and The DJ Is Mine, and an endearingly cheesy, self-titled Teen Nick TV movie in February 2012. In 2012, Wonder Girls released Like Money, featuring KCON, in the United States, but the group's leader, Sunyi, later announced she would be marrying. The English album was shelved and Wonder Girls went on hiatus until they rebooted in 2015, leading to 2 more critically acclaimed years in South Korea before disbanding. 2 main factors stacked the odds against K-pop breaking in the West. The pop charts were predominantly and stubbornly white, with significant diversity nearly a decade away, and although heavily influenced by the sound and look of US pop, the complexity of K-pop's reconfiguration, compounded with racism, still baffled many. 2012, Gangnam Style raises through the West. Some may see it as a mere novelty song, but Gangnam Style is a significant paving stone in Korean pop's path. Westerners were mostly unfamiliar with the term K-pop. By 2013, it had entered the West's cultural lexicon. Gangnam Style opened up South Korean music, as well as food, style, and K-drama, to people who hadn't even known the country had a lucrative entertainment industry. Satire of the residents of Seoul's moneyed Gangnam neighborhood was a video monster, the first YouTube video to be viewed 1 billion, then 2 billion times. It's currently the 8th most watched with more than 4 billion views. It reached number 2 on the Hot 100 in 2012, the highest ranking ever for a South Korean artist. Behind the scenes, it was also a game changer, helping hasten the Billboard chart's metrics to allow YouTube views to be counted for a modern reflection of how audiences were consuming music. 2012 to 2019, KCON, K-pop tours. KCON, a global K-pop conference with multi-group concerts, hosted its first event in LA in 2012, drawing 20,000 people. By 2014, it had grown to 42,000 attendees, less than 10% of whom were Korean. YG Entertainment's 2NE1 became the first K-pop girl group to stage solo US shows, while its now huge boy group Big Bang, the first idol group to ever chart on the Billboard 200 with 2012's, undertook a world arena tour. It proved so popular that dates were added in LA, New Jersey, and London. By 2013, a dozen idol groups played their own theater shows outside of Asia, and by 2019, 24 undertook extended tours, many in arenas. In the early 2010s, 2NE1 and Big Bang's maximalist styling and EDM pop bangers caught the attention of Western music media, but also designers like Yohji Yamamoto, Lanvin, and Jeremy Scott, who designed stage clothes for 2NE1. The style press introduced K-pop to audiences outside its primarily younger demographic, while G-Dragon's relationship with Chanel from 2013 onward shifted idols into the world of international luxury brands not just as models but as muses and active collaborators. 2016 to present, the BTS effect. BTS refined and redefined K-pop's playbook from the way they communicated with fans online to their in-depth visual storylines and thought-provoking lyrics, sending them stratospheric and breaking records along the way. In early 2017, they won Top Social Artist at the Billboard Music Awards, a moment frequently seen as the turning point for the group in the United States. 5 months later, in October 2017, the group's 5th EP, Love Yourself, reached number 7 on the Billboard 200, the highest a K-pop group had placed on the chart at the time. Fascinated and shocked that a group of 7 Asian men could succeed in America, Western media in 2017 and 2018 was a time of think pieces dissecting how this could have possibly happened. Conversations around BTS and K-pop were, and often still are, riddled with Asian xenophobia and derision. Yet BTS created an undeniable sea change in the US entertainment industry, from breaking new ground for K-pop to setting the stage for their successors, Super M, Blackpink, NCT, and Monsta X, all which have charted on the Billboard 200 since 2016 to 2021. Blackpink and the Art of Less is More. Debuting in August 2016, Blackpink pulled off one of K-pop's canniest feats, becoming the biggest girl group in the world with just a handful of songs. Yet the longer the wait for new material, the more engaged the fandom became, venerating the group to new heights. In 2019, they became the first ever idol group to play Coachella, and the first idol group to rack up 1 billion views on a music video. When their debut album finally dropped in October 2020, it flew to number 2 on the Billboard 200, making it the most successful debut from an all-female group in more than a decade. Their English-language collaboration with Selena Gomez, Ice Cream, became a top 20 radio hit. Even when solo, the members are a force to be reckoned with. Jennie's 2018 single, Solo, is the most watched Korean female solo video, while Rosé's, On the Ground, topped the global Billboard 200, placed on the Hot 100 and is the most viewed YouTube music video in 24 hours by a solo K-pop artist. Blackpink are the indisputable queens of girl groups in the United States, Korea and in the world. Which K-pop group is your favorite one, BTS or Blackpink? Let us know in the comment. If you found this video informative, so please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video, have a great day.